Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is Coach Fox. I'm the head women's basketball coach at Thomas University. This is episode 1 of Meet Me at the Foxhole. And if you like this content at the end, please like, share, and subscribe so that we can help get this channel growing. Not only that, the goal of this, pretty much this channel, everything is just about growing the game of basketball. I feel like now we have so many people that watch the game that don't truly understand the game on a deeper level. However, with this, my goal is to help kind of just push the game forward. Without further ado, episode 1, we're going to be talking about effective field goal percentage. And what this is that a player with a higher effective field goal percentage is considered, more efficient. They're making a greater proportion of their shots, especially from beyond the arc. And the purpose of effective field goal percentage is that it provides a more accurate picture of a player's shooting efficiency compared to just looking at their standard, field goal or 3-point field goal percentage. Like, for example, we know that it's a stat that adjusts the player's field goal percentage to pretty much account for the 3-ball. So if you're making a lot of 3-pointers, there's there's more leverage to your overall effective field goal percentage. Such as with the formula, we have field goals made plus 3-pointers made times 0.5 plus the field goals made. Then you divide that by total field goal attempts. So if I can say that again, you take 0.5 and you multiply the 3-pointers made by that 3.5. Once you get that answer, you add in your field goals made total. And once you get a total of that, you divide that by the total field goal attempts, and then you have effective field goal percentage. And looking deeper into the numbers, we're going to talk about women's college basketball leading scorers. We picked the number 1 leading scorer, Tanaya Watson, who averages 26 points a game. Then we took the number 4 leading scorer in Hannah Hidalgo, who's averaging right around, 24 points a game. And then next we got Juju, who's the 5th leading scorer at 23.4 points per game. And then we have Paige Beggars, who's the 11th person in the leading scorer in the nation, who's averaging 22 points per game. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look into the numbers, and then we're going to break down the percentage, and then so we can get a better look at, out of these top 4 scorers, who's the most efficient. So diving into it, we're going to look at Tanaya Latson from Florida State. She's number 1 leading scorer at 26 points per game. If we look at her numbers, she shooting 46% from the field and 35% from the 3-point line. However, 13% of her shots are from 3. With that being said, we're going to look at her numbers. So we know that she made a total of 71 field goals, and along with that, she's made 7 3-pointers. So we're going to take that 7 3-pointers and times that by 0.5, in which we'll get 3.5. We add it to the 71, the bundle to 74.5, and we're going to divide that by her total field goal attempts, which is 154. Once we get to 74.5 divided by 154, Tanaya Latson has an effective field goal percentage of 48%. If we want to be exact, 48.4%. With that being said, we're going to go to Hannah Hidalgo, the number 4 leading scorer, averaging 24 a game. She's shooting 45.7% or 46% from the field, 39.4% from the 3. And so with that being said, 26 of her shots are from 3. So she isn't just like Latson. She isn't shooting a ton of 3s, but she is efficient at shooting at a 39% clip. However, if we do the math, we take the 0.5, because she's made 13 3-pointers on the year. So if we take the 0.5 and times that by 13, we end up getting 6.5. And now we would add that to the 58, which equals 64.5. And her total field goal attempts is 127. So we take the 64.5 and divide that by 127. We have an effective field goal percentage of 50.8%. So already looking at it, Tanaya Latson, who is the number 1 leading scorer, isn't as effective from the field or efficient from the field as Hannah Hidalgo. Like we said, Tanaya Latson is at 48.4%, and then Hannah Hidalgo is 50.8%. Next, let's go to Juju Watkins. Everybody knows her pretty much. 6'2" guard. She can do it all, score at all 3 levels. Hey, then she worked and she developed her left hand over the summer. I mean, she is a talent. But if we look at it, she's averaging 23.4 points a game, shooting at a 45% clip from the field and 26% from beyond the arc. So 3-point percentage isn't as high as the other 2, but it's still, still got to close out to her just because of her ability to score. However, if we look at it, 30% of her total shots are from 3. And now if we dive deep into that, she's made 10 3-pointers on the year. So if we take the 10 times 0.5, that bumps us down to 5. So we add the 5 to 58, that's 63 total shots. That's if we add it, that's when we add the weight. So with that being said, she has 129 total field goal attempts. So if we take the 63 that we just calculated and divide that by 129, her effective field goal percentage is 48.8%, or if we round, it jumps up to 49%. So when we look at first, second, third, we see Hannah Hidalgo is the most efficient from the floor, shooting 50.8% or 51% effective field goal percentage. We have Juju next, who is 49% with at her effective field goal percentage, and then we have Tanaya Lasson, who's the nation's leading scorer, sitting right at 48.4. Now next, our last person, Paige Beckers, hailing from UConn, who's the number 11th leading scorer. She's averaging right around 22 points per game, and then she's shooting 63% from the field and 46.4% from three. So already we know she's shooting at a high clip. Like, she's just overall efficient. So that's going to make the numbers just jump out the charts. So, but if we look at it, she's made a total of 13 3-pointers on the year, meaning 34% of her shots are from three. Meaning it's okay, a good bit of her shots are coming from deep. So we got to close out, run off the line, but we kind of got to be ready to guard, just because she still is shooting 63% from the field. So, hey, that's a tough matchup. However, when we do the math, her 13 3-point attempts times 0.5, that gives us 6.5. Then we add that to her 52 total field goal makes, meaning that'll bring us up to 58.5. And she's only shot a total of 83 shot attempts. With that being said, so we take the 58.5 that we just found out, divided by the 83, and she's shooting a whopping 70.5% at her effective field goal percentage. I mean, that's through the roof. Typically, you want to try to have your people around the 50% mark, just because now that means that you're somewhat efficient. But to go 71% at effective field goal percentage, it's like, man, she's shooting lights out. Like, you wonder why she's not getting enough shots. However, you know, UConn has their system. And so even though they are going through her, they have a supporting cast to help her out. So if we go first through four, I mean, Paige Beckers, astounding 71% effective field goal percentage. 2, we got Hannah Hidalgo, who is right at 51% effective field goal percentage. Then we got Juju Watkins, who's at 49%. And then we have Tanaya Lasson, who's at 48%. And despite, you know, the rankings here, whereas, like I said, Tanaya Lasson, who's averaging 26 a game, is number 1. Hannah Hidalgo from Notre Dame is number 4, averaging 24 points a game. Juju is number 5th in the nation, averaging 23.4 points a game. Then we have Paige Beckers, who's number 11 at 22 points a game. Like, just because you're getting buckets doesn't mean that you're shooting at an efficient clip. Don't get me wrong. All 4 of these are shooting at good clips. However, it just shows like how efficient Paige Beckers is. To shoot 71% from the field, effective field goal percentage. I mean, look at her regular numbers. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, come on, you shooting 63% from the field, 46% from the three. Like, that's lights out. So it just goes to show that just because a person is averaging a certain number of points doesn't mean that they're shooting the most efficient, you know? Like, efficiency matters. And the fact that if I had these girls on the team, or at least 2 on the team, like for sure Paige Beckers, I would try to draw more up for her just because she's shooting at such a high clip. I mean, this is insane. But yeah, I mean, truth be told, like, I'm a fan of effective field goal percentage just because it's essentially showing us that, you know, players scoring, like how efficient are players scoring, how productive are they actually. Like, yeah, you're averaging 26, but if you're not shooting at a high clip, like, are you really that efficient or effective for the team? Because, yeah, it's good to be individualized, but in the same breath, it's about how can you add your individual output into the team output to help the team be the best version of themselves as possible. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. If you like more content, like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and then more will be dropping soon.